man-to-man. Fitzgerald with a little floater. Short, no good, but out of bounds to the Tigers underneath.
You see them making a conscious effort to get the ball moving side to side. Let's make Southern move side to side to defend that. Breakdown early for Southern. Got away with it.
Carlos Marshall, preseason All-OVC, first team. Now Kenny Cooper out on the perimeter.
Mouse in the house, Greg. They got to get it in under the big fella.
5 seconds on the shot clock.
That knee buckled on him, Greg.
Yep.
That knee buckled on him.
1 second on the shot clock. TSU inbounds it. We'll just have enough for a catch shoot.
Count it! There you go. That's how you get your feet wet.
Don't think it was intended for Carlos Marshall, but we'll take it anyway. Quickly into the front court, Southern University.
You see the size rebound right there, Greg.
Free at 6'8", the Sanford transfer. TSU will push it. Cooper driving, draws the foul.
Tennessee State doing a great job coming out, putting the heat on Southern to see if they're going to be able to guard. Can they contest the basket without fouling? Right now, no.
Foul before the shot. TSU inbounded underneath its own basket. We're a minute in here at the Gentry Center. TSU and Southern University. Kenny Cooper inbounding it. Out to the big. Marshall now with it on the left wing. Pick from Dupree, spins out of it. Might have got away with a travel, puts it up off the glass, gets his own rebound, and it's going to be tied up. Sessionero, Southern University, brought that ball down low, didn't he?
You know exactly, and that makes all the mice in the room be able to get the ball. But I tell you what, with Carlos Marshall, don't want to see him force it as much. I want to see him take his time and get that jumper off. Instead of, doesn't have his legs yet.
TSU has had a lot of success with that 1 3/4 court trap. We'll see when Coach Benny Collins decides to implement it. They open up man-to-man here. Tigers up 2-0 early.
Coach Penny's already out of his jacket, Greg. I think he's intense about this game, getting this victory also. See if that transfers to his players. There you go.
Terrell Williams, a little pull-up, no good, and Marshall comes down with it, takes it up for himself.
Like to see that from Tennessee State on defense. 1 shot and a rebound.
Kenny Cooper, 3.
Cooper!
From the left wing, Kenny Cooper. He's shooting 55% on threes this early part of the season.
And for them to be effective, Greg, that's what's going to have to happen. Cooper's going to have to make that shot. They're going to play off of it.
Foul on it, Nicholson, his first and team's first to the free throw line. Tyrone Lyons, a transfer from North Carolina. 81% approach. Lead team in scoring at 14. He's a slasher. You saw that right there. 6'7" wingman. Like to take it to the bucket, draw the foul.
I play with the contact. Play it off the play with. Like this, come over, be a little early on the help side defense. Got a guy contesting and you got a guy walling and let's take charge.
First one up.
You know what I do like about Tennessee State? Last time we the home game, the communication much better. You can hear it. Though it's not as loud right now, but hear the communication. That's good.
Yeah, the last time here was Fisk University. The students were here. Students not in because of Thanksgiving holiday.
Right.
Trying to make both of them. 5-2 TSU. Token man-to-man pressure in the front court. Cooper,
veteran guard, can handle that pressure. Love to see this.
Played at Lipscomb University, played at Western Kentucky University, and now here. Played some big games along the way. Marshall cut off. Really forced that one.
Yeah. Good job on the boards. The size is in the play.
Tell you what, Kasim Nicholson doing a really nice job keeping that ball alive. He leads this team with 9 rebounds per game, 9 points, right at a double-double average for Nicholson, the transfer from UAB.
Greg, that's a double-double in my book. If you're almost there, you're there for me. If you can get over, if you can round up, you got to round up. I'm taking it. 10 and 10 for him.
Like 9-6 and 9-4. That's good enough for you.
I promise you it is.
He's had 2 straight double-doubles. TSU still in that man-to-man. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Good defense there.
There's the help side. Ooh. A lot of contact. Ow! Greg, now they make posters for things like that. Good job by Southern, though, contesting that.
Damian Sears getting back and forcing Nicholson to go to the free throw line. He wanted the flush. Had that one cocked a little bit.
Oh, man, he almost got me up out of my seat, Greg. I don't get out of my seat often, but that would have been one of them.
Nicholson, a 6'7" graduate from Jackson, Mississippi, played UAB, 62% free throw shooter on the young.
Very impressed with Tennessee State down here on the other end defensively. The help side being there, cut the drive off baseline, what we just talked about. Marcus Fitzgerald there to get the outlet pass.
Tennessee State, as a team, needs to improve on its free throw shooting. 61% on the season.
Need those going down the stretch, Greg.
Nicholson over the free throw line, so a lane violation.
Okay, Tennessee State has to be aware. The explosion has just come into the game for Southern. Brian Whitley, young man can put it up.
Transfer from Murray State out of Sarasota, Florida, leads the team. 15 per game, 6'4" redshirt junior guard.
I like Carlos Marshall taking this upon himself to guard him. Good challenge for him, getting his legs back under him, seeing if he can play some D out here today.
Switching on the picks. Left wing Whitley didn't take long to find the range. And we're going to have a push underneath that time on Quan Ewing. It's going to be his first and the team's third.
That's a good job defensively right there. Everybody gang rebounding, flying to the ball. You got a hand up on the shot right here for the highest score. Can't ask for more. Good box out and got a foul.
TSU 2 for 7 in the early going from the field. Southern 0 for 3. The 2 free throws. Kenny Cooper with the drive.
Marshall's got to be careful right there, putting that chicken wing out there. I had that for Thanksgiving. They don't like that. Rather have turkey.
Marshall strong drive. A little bit hard off the glass, ball on the ground. Nicholson comes up with it, and he draws the foul, taking it to the basket. That's going to be the first on Brian Whitley, and already 4 quick team fouls on Southern University.
Tell you right now, Greg.
Yeah, Emmanuel Donway and Duanway and Dedrick Boyd, team's leading scorer, will check in here.
Hot shooter for hot shooter coming in the game. That's how you counter a guy like Whitley coming in. You look out and Boyd. Exactly. Applying pressure, getting it down still. Then the heat that they're putting on the loose balls. I like that about Tennessee State. They got rewarded. Nicholson, I will say, took it to the goal hard that time, Greg. But you know what I like better than that? Finish fast. That's twice. Get those and ones. So different 2 shots.
Nicholson makes both free throws. Also into the game, Christian Brown, 6'6" sophomore, Georgia transfer. You know, we're talking about Dedrick Boyd and Brian Whitley. Each team, Boyd went to Coach Penny Collins and said, you know, Coach, I prefer coming off the bench.
That's a guy accepting his role, Greg. He understands what's going to help the team win. Whatever you got for me, Coach, I'll accept that and I'll go thrive in that role.
Southern has gone 4 minutes without a field goal. Of course, as soon as I say that, knocking down the 3 is Tyrone Lyons.
They're not bashful, Greg. They'll let it fly. Interested to see the energy Christian Brown brings to the game today, especially on the rebounding.
Southern still into that man-to-man. Brown tries to go inside, has his pass deflected, stolen by Southern University. Up ahead to Sadler. Sadler with a little floater, no good. Tracks down his own rebound, steps out of bounds, and looks like we're going to have a foul.
Oh. Wow.
See what the call is. Going to be the third member of this stellar crew at the Gentry Center.
They didn't do nothing but help our crew out, Greg. You know, I think, bringing us down a little bit, but you had a person like Sammy, and she gets the job done.
One and done, Southern University. Southern struggling from the field. Well, really both teams. Southern 1 for 5, TSU only for 8. Leading at 8-5, 5 minutes in here, first half.
I like to see the ball a little bit more into the – oh, here we go. Now, that's what you like to see right there, Greg. A little high-low from Christian Brown, who can take that elbow shot but getting into the big fella as well.
Well, and Dupree did a really nice job sealing his man, and his man didn't really have anything to do but hook him to prevent the layup.
You better know it. That's exactly what you want to see. So that's a bonus in both teams. You're getting touches inside, and you're also picking up a foul against Southern.
Yeah, and it's on Jaquan Ewing, his second foul, and he'll go to the ball underneath TSU. Cooper looking.
Come on.
And gotta
get it in.
At least do the old bounce it off the knee and get out of the way thing, which is against the rules in International League, isn't it?
It is.
You played every member of the United Nations.
That's true. You expect a guy like Kenny Cooper, a veteran of his knowledge, with his IQ, to be able to make that play. Got it back right there with a little ball pressure, though. Turnovers and fouls racking up right now. See TSU get into a little bit more motion. I like that high-low. See if they swing it and get it to the wing again and get a high-low.
TSU's gone 2.5 minutes without scoring, stuck on this 8-5 for quite some time now. Driving along the baseline, cut off was Brown. No place to go, turnover.
Yeah,
Jags running it the other way.
Christian Brown had his mind made up right there on that drive. You like to see him make the play that the defense gives.
P.J. Bird, the transfer from VCU, taking it to the hole. And that little early spurt by the Tigers. Southern back within one here. It's over 14 to play first half. Cooper into the paint, a little bit out of control that time. 3-on-2 the other way.
Tough call.
Oh.
Tough call.
Well, even with a 3-on-2, it's not so bad to draw the block. They're going to call it for the shot. It's going to be on Boyd, his first, and the third. But 3-on-2, this is not a bad outcome right here.
No, it's not. No, you want to make them make one more pass if possible in a situation. Get guys trailing, knock back that part. Send them to the line. Hopefully, get them to blow one of them. Just one shot, make one. You're in the winning.
All tied at 8 now. 5-0 run for Southern University. Lions 6 points.
Quick trigger on Brown also pulling them out. See something from him, getting the opportunities. But you see Coach Penny kind of shortening the rotation a little bit. That's getting ready to go in conference play soon.
Southern University now with the 9-8 lead. No trouble with the full court pressure of the Tigers. Marshall trapped.
To handle that. Handle it strong.
Southern still in the man-to-man. Not a lot of movement by the offense right now.
No, it's not. You got to get some cuts on some on-ball screens to get the guys moving.
Boyd, top of the key as shot clock expires, and it's going to be pushing underneath that time. Now it's going to be on Dewanya, his first, and the team's fourth.
Tell you what, man, you got to get a better shot. Got to get the offense moving as well. So.
Let's get a sideline report right now from Sammy Kincaid. Sammy?
What he talked about during that last break, I need more physicality from you. And it's no surprise we're seeing it on both sides, both teams being physical.
Thank you, Sammy. Tigers retake the lead at 10-9. Good to hear Sammy's voice.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Good challenge right there by Marshall. You got to get out there a little faster. You want to run a guy like Whitley off of the three-point line, Greg. You want to make him take a dribble.
He just squared up and knocked it down, Whitley did.
Yeah, that's going to be tough. And then now the Southern is taking the league, and the energy is there. We need to see if TSU can get their energy back.
And TSU with a turnover. Marcus Fitzgerald, and we're going to have a foul on the jump ball. It's going to be Dupree they're going to get for jumping in late.
That's a tough call.
That ball is on the floor.
Yeah.
You're taught to go after it
Come
hard.
on, man. 50-50 balls, Greg. You want to come up with them. That's a good hustle by Dupree. Great drive by Marcus to get a hand tapped out. But, guys, I tell you what this Southern team is doing. They're putting their hands right there in the lane every time guys drive. So it's a foot into the penetration lane and then an arm into the penetration lane, making them kick it out.
TSU really struggling from the field. A 3 of 11, only 1 of 3 on three-pointers. Southern with the lead here, 12-10. Jay Bird pulls up. No good. Hersey Miller's checked into the game with the rebound. Lucky to get away with a turnover there. Marshall Strong to the basket.
Making some good extra passes by Tennessee State. Need to be aware of when you're pushing the ball, the back taps. Hersey got away with one now. Controlled it, got it to Marcus. Marcus put the drop down to Marshall.
Carlos Marshall, 6'6" redshirt junior, preseason All-OVC, sat out last season. And talking with Coach Kenny a couple days ago, really hadn't got back into that basketball flow just yet.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the guys are like that right now. He said he seems to see it in practice, just like you see it transfer to the game. In that situation right there, I would have been okay with Marcus taking that three-pointer, letting Marshall get the rebound. Nobody closed out on Marcus Fisher.
Marshall makes 1 of 2. He's got 4. Pulls the Tigers within a point at 12-11.
Three-quarter pressure right here for Tennessee State. Got to locate Whitley. Nicholson with a big-time steal.
Nicholson looking down low for Dupree. Dupree steps out high.
That's a pull-up. That should be a
Got a
pull-up jumper
mismatch.
right there.
Yeah,
You got
got
to
the
get it to the
mismatch
big.
down low. Well, Bird did all he can do down low and picks up the foul. That is going to be his first.
And also, I like to see Boyd and Fitzgerald Jr. get involved in it. Good move.
Gave up the baseline there. The Cardinals in. Dupree draws the foul as Damian Sears will go to the free throw line.
It's difficult to do, Greg, but sometimes when you get in that situation on the baseline, you get a tendency to lunge. You don't want to lunge because you throw yourself off the whack. You can't get back. Take the basket.
Sears, transfer from West Oklahoma State, but started his career at St. John's.
That transfer portal is something else, ain't it, Greg?
Well, and we're going to get a report here from Sammy just with Sean Woods. We're going to talk about the coach here in a bit more, but just how particular you need to be to get the right fit. Don't go in and pull somebody out of their portal, or you also know the transfers because of the pandemic rules of the NCAA, how those rosters are built as well. So just a lot of fluidity in all of college sports.
Yes. I can throw it down. Doing a good job. So Tennessee State doing a tremendous job of giving them one shot and done. Not doing such a good job as far as keeping them off the foul line, though, Greg.
And really not getting much done offensively. A little bit of movement here against the man-to-man. Only 3 of 11 are the Tigers so far. And Shaquem Johnson with the ball, seeing his first action of the season.
And he wants it inside. Wants it inside. Here we go.
Mismatch. He's got to go up and over right there.
I thought the ref was gonna miss that one. I was gonna say, you know what, Greg, we might need to give him your glasses, but that's okay.
Well, Shaquem Johnson. Well, then I'm in trouble. But P.J. Bird had the switch 6'1" down on Shaquem Johnson at 6'7". Normally he just elevates and goes right over, but you missed it early. Shaquem Johnson is in, and more on Shaquem Johnson. Sammy Kincaid.
Thanks, Greg. Yes, you see a new face on the court, Shaquem Johnson. He is back for the first time this season. He graduated over the weekend, and they were just waiting on his grades to get in. So good news for Shaquem back in action. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Sammy. TSU. And it's going to be a foul, offensive foul in the backcourt on Hersey Miller. But hitting the offensive glass on the other end, getting that second and third chances, and Southern back up by 2.
And you saw right there, him still trying to get his instincts back. It's instinctual, you know, in a sense, when you're out there and you haven't been out there for a second, Greg, to get out there and know where guys are, to get the ball where it's going to bounce off, you know, you get that as far as just instinct. That becomes playing. That's all it is. Tim will pick that. Hersey Miller did get a little chicken wing to pick up that foul. I won't be hard on the refs on that one. Yeah, but there you go.
Down low.
my goodness.
Going to be on Carlos Marshall, I believe, down low. That's going to be his second and the team's eighth. So the bonus, in effect, going to the free throw line, Terrell Williams. Both these teams have pretty size.
Oh, yeah, they do. I think Tennessee has more girth than Southern, but they're right there, and they're scrappy. Southern is more scrappy right now than State.
Williams makes the first. Southern comes into this game shooting 58% free throw line as a team. Interesting scenario where these teams played, Nebraska and South Dakota, and when one was at one place, the other one was at the other, and vice versa on a recent trip.
You want to take that as a coach, use that as film study, because you know exactly what they were up against. You know how to play it when you come into a game with it.
And Tuesday, the 79-73 loss at Nebraska, probably the Tigers' best effort of the year, complete on both ends.
And they were up in that game, had an opportunity to win that game, Greg. Just couldn't close it out.
Now down by 4 here. Johnson, he gets the double team immediately.
Nice shot. Great rebound by Marshall. Great rebound.
Tell you what, Marshall inside, outside, 6'6". If he's playing the 2 or even a 3, got the advantage there.
And you got to use that. It's okay to have the advantage, but you got to use it. Doing a great job of being able to use it. Let me tell you something, Greg, about this other end of the floor. I'm not so sure exactly if I understand how the officials are calling the game. I see the physical approach by Tennessee State. Saw the bump by Marshall, got called for that. Saw a bump by Cooper earlier, he got called for that. Difficult, man, as a player to know exactly what's going on. You're not getting that call on the other.
Carlos Marshall knocked down the first one. He's got 6. Good.
Yeah, you find your stroke right there. So close. Things are starting to open up for you.
Southern with the ball and the 2-point lead. Just over 10 to play here first half at the Gentry Center.
Southern doing a good job of pushing pace, being patient. He's comfortable down there. That's good defense by Johnson.
Yeah, Sears with the shot. Marshall into the front court. Skip past Nicholson.
Greg, this is a lot of overpassing. That's a good shot by Fitzgerald, but Nicholson had one that it was pitched to him outside. You got to take that shot.
Either team exactly setting the house on fire right now. Fitzgerald's in a hurry. Nice block that time on the backside by Sears. Johnson shot.
Yep, he'll get his feet back in, and I like him having his hands ready. And then you see his guys trust him. They know what he can get done. Just got to finish. They go wall it. So it's a guy down there, and he feels like he has an advantage for Southern. And you see that in number 12, Sears. He's going to work down there. He feels he has a mismatch. They're giving him the ball. 2 bump. You got to be on your way down there to help.
Well, and no weak side help whatsoever that time either.
Exactly, Greg. You give me 2 dribbles, Greg, right now, I'm score against one of them. And I'm 40, like my gun do.
Southern, well, you better looking. At least you don't have a
mullet.
A mullet.
The mullet going on. Greg, we got to see. I'm going to tell you how you combat this. You've got to pick your energy up on either end of the floor, because Southern right now has momentum, and you hear them communicate on both ends of the floor, and their bench as well.
TSU still struggling from the floor, 3 of 14, including 1 of 5 on 3-pointers. So really struggling offensively on the Tigers so far, down by 4. Both teams have been man-to-man the entire way. Got away with a walk on the perimeter there.
Yes, he did. We got to keep the middle penetration out of the game. Like that right there, Greg. Got to box out. Got to box out.
Second opportunity for Southern.
TSU was doing a great job early of boxing out, giving up 1 shot.
Nicholson to the hole, and no doubt about that.
Yeah.
Ran right over the top of the defender there, who was outside of the arc.
He was cemented there and planted. He was already there when Nicholson got it on the drive. He took one dribble. When he took the dribble, he was already there. Good call by the official. I would like to see Nicholson be confident in his shot. You took 1 3 here. You didn't take the other 2, and both times that you didn't take the open 3, you got your team in trouble.
8 turnovers for the Tigers here early, only compounding the poor shooting. Southern with the lead, 19-15, 8:03 to play here, the first half.
You need to see the guys that can really get the ball in the hole get involved for Tennessee State.
And get it out of some kind of rhythm
Right.
as well.
Like the energy that Boyd is bringing right now.
Well, they clear for Sears. They clear every time for him.
Now, see, that's different right there.
Man-to-man the entire way. He issued 3 of 14.
That's better. Like to see Fitzgerald taking that. That was a penetrate by Kenny Cooper and kick out. Cooper for 3. Maybe got to look to shoot that a little bit more, Greg.
Well, he thinks pass, thinks playmaker first because he's that true point guard mentality. But he's shooting 55% on 3.
You're exactly right. He looks good doing it, too.
Pulls the Tigers within 1.
You put your hand out. You can't put your hand out, Greg. You got to be able to slide to Christian Brown picking up a foul right there because he put his hand out to steer him from driving.
Lions driving. Yeah, got to move those feet, square up the shoulder.
There you go, Greg. See, Greg, it's like you've been doing this a long time. If you know that right there, you got to square them shoulders, Greg. It's part of it.
Tyrone Lions back to the free throw line. The team leads 4. So second lead 4 rather. 14 a game. He also leads the team in 1.8 steals and 7 blocks. North Carolina A&T franchise.
I think, man, Southern is doing a terrific job as far as getting to the hole. They're not settling for 3-pointers, and they're getting to the foul line. That's the recipe to get a win on the road anytime. And they're taking care of the ball. Only 4 turnovers to this point. Big.
Now that compares to TSU's 8. Reach in and grab right there by Williams as Fitzgerald is going to the rack.
The guards look more decisive when they're getting the ball swung. You saw Kenny Cooper with a penetrating kick to Marcus. You saw Marcus with a penetrating kick, Cooper to get a 3. Then you just saw a penetration right there for him to get in there and get to the foul line. That's what you want to see. Continue to put pressure on Southern. Because they're doing that on the other end.
Both teams 8 for 10 from the free throw stripe thus far. Fitzgerald.
I'll knot it up, Greg. We got us a ball game still.
And for Marcus Fitzgerald, the 6'2 guard out of Pearl Cone here, Class AAA Mr. Basketball finalist, his first point of the game.
Yeah, and only taking 3 shots to this point. So, I mean, one of them was open. The other 2, was trying to get a little rushed. But just want to see him be aggressive. I want him with this team in order to go. You need to see Boyd. You need to see Cooper. You need to see Marshall and Fitzgerald Jr. be aggressive.
Tied at 20 apiece. 6:35 to play here, first half of the Gentry Center. Southern University and Tennessee State.
See, the big fella he knows how to play D, Greg. He knows how to play D.
Well, I know one thing. That thing's not coming out.
No, it's not. Sears, hey, man, Sears got a door, and it's locked when he gets that ball in there. I can promise you that.
Turnover, Southern. Kenny Cooper out front.
Got to hit him on the screen, Greg. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to give that foul, even though it's on the big fella. I'm going to give that foul to Kenny Cooper, even though it's not on him, because you got to let your big get set in the screen so you don't get a moving screen.
Well, he set 3 screens and 1 set right there at the top of the key.
That's why you got to make contact, Greg. Get on their heel.
Southern with it, 6 minutes to play, first half. We're tied at 20 apiece here. Battle of 2 tradition-rich HBCU universities.
Like the intensity around the perimeter. Feet on got their heels on the 3-point line, not giving up the drive.
4 seconds on the shot clock.
And there's a drive. Good closeout. 3 Southern guys rebounding, Greg. 3 against 1 for Tennessee State. Can't have that.
Let's go across the court.
That was one thing that Coach Penny was just talking about is how they need to talk more defensively to slow Southern down offensively. He talked a lot about it earlier in this week, how at practice they're great doing those small things, being a team, communicating, doing those things, but they just have to be able to carry that over, translate it onto the court. And now, as you can see, it's now tied up at 20. They're communicating a lot better on the defensive side of the ball.
Thank you, Sammy. And you can sense that, too.
Yeah, you can. Hopefully you can get this to translate. I really did not like, as well as TSU has been doing on the board the whole first half, to give up an offensive rebound with one guy battling. Where are the other guys for Tennessee State? You got to box out. If you don't box out, at least get a body in.
Christian Brown at the free throw line, 6'6" sophomore out of Hopkins, South Carolina, transfer from Georgia. And I think we're so all waiting for Georgia to show up a little bit here, aren't we?
Yeah, and to some degree, it's almost unfair to be held to that standard, but that's where you went. And you came in the transfer portal expecting to bring something to it. You got to come out and deliver. That's part of it. 3-on-2 break here for Southern.
Now, out of a missed free throw, you don't give up 3-on-2 on the other end. Bad job getting back that time for the Tigers defense.
I can bet you, Coach Penny is ready to pull his hair out right now, because you want to have defensive rebounding and balance coming back in that transition like that. The shot was missed right here on the free throw line. We don't need 3 guys. Get back. Get back, Greg. They got the ball down with 3 dribbles, created a 3-on-2, and now they're back at the foul line. Can't do that to get over the hump. Southern doing a great job of applying pressure. Like I said earlier, communicate. TSU is coming out and matching the energy now. That's why they have a 1-point lead. But got to do more as far as the offense will come, Greg. But you don't give up what they're doing on defense just because it's not falling for you on offense.
Southern 8 for 10, make it 9 of 11 as Terrell Williams makes the first one. Carlos Marshall returns for Boyd for the TSU Tigers. All tied at 21 apiece.
Got a game, man. Not handling the ball well. 8 turnovers to this point. Got to be a little bit better for Tennessee State to try to pull this out. And you really want to have the lead going in at halftime because you got an opportunity.
Williams makes both. 4 points on the afternoon for him.
Full court pressure still on, man-to-man, Southern. Just to slow it down so they can get things.
Got a double high post here in the reach in on Sears. So the double bonus to the free throw line will go Christian Brown.
Tennessee State came out in a box set right there, Greg. It was going to be interesting if he got it to the high post. Was it going to be a rub off of giving the ball to Christian Brown and seeing exactly what he could do? Because he would have had the whole baseline cleared out to be able to stack.
So when you have that double high post like that, whichever way the guard goes, that sort of dictates the play, correct?
Yeah, it does. Unless you're doing something to get a shot on the backside of it, which you had Marcus Fitzgerald Jr. releasing out the backside, which could have been a 3-point for him. But you more so want Christian Brown to get involved going to the basket. Great job.
Christian Brown makes both free throws, and the Tigers retake the lead. Well, rather, it's tied at 22 apiece.
Yeah.
With 5 minutes to play here in the first half.
Got a loose one here. Got a loose one.
Turnover.
That's good ball pressure.
Southern University, the turnover. That will be the 5th turnover of the half for Southern University. TSU with 9.
They're doing a great job of that, Greg. I'm sorry. Doing a great job of that as far as taking care of the ball. That was the first time they got out of character. There it is. That's what they wanted to see when he got fouled before. Get it to him on the elbow, let him sweep through to the middle, go back where it can't be a double team, and go up over him. You're 6'7".
Yeah, with your length, just go straight up.
That's all you got to do.
Answer on the other end, 3-pointer by Tyrone Lyons.
That's the slasher right there. Now, the game is picking up now, Greg. Now, let's see if we can get something going. Good hustle. Good hustle. Everybody on the floor. Everybody ought to be down, Greg.
How's that ball come out of
there?
There
you go. Everybody ought to be down.
ball squirted out of that rugby scrum there. But I tell you what, Duanye was all over the place that time.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. You love to see that. And look at the box out. That was different. Marshall boxed out. Big fella was able to go get it. How you said, Dunway?
Mm-hmm.
Dunway was able to go clear. Kenny Cooper did a great job. 4 guys down here boxing out. I want to see Chris.
Down low they go to Sears, and they just clear out for him. He's going one-on-one, backside block by Johnson that time.
Ooh, I'm going to tell you what, Greg. That is some defense being played by the big fella Dunway. I'm telling you. That's how you wall it up, man. You don't give a man any opportunity. You ain't got to block a shot. There, go get that. Block party. There we go, Greg. 4-on-2 going down. Got to get a good one. Yes, you settled back down, 4-on-2 break. You'd like to see them score on that, but at least not a turnover. They pulled it back out, trying to get a good shot.
Well, but Bartholomew on the right wing just said, okay, look, I don't have the shot. We've made enough passes. Let's get something out of the offensive set, but it's already down to 6 seconds on the shot clock.
Yeah, got to get something going to the basket. Big fella, way to bang. Put it in there. Oh.
Got the look he wanted.
Yes, he did, man. I'll buy that all day, Greg, especially if they sell it for 99 cents.
Southern in a hurry. Three-pointer, Brendan Brooks off the right wing.
Got to know who you're helping off of, Greg. That's a part of knowing the scouting report, knowing who you are helping off of.
First points of the game. He was only 2 of 8 on three-pointers this season before that shot.
Well, that may be an anomaly then, Greg, because maybe they didn't know who they were helping off of.
Cooper with it.
The shot going to the basket. It's a lot of penetration.
4 seconds on the shot clock. Marshall knocks it down.
That's been his best shot thus far, Greg. He shot one early in the first half, and then he shot another one right there. So with the shot clock running down.
Boy, Southern, though, on the made basket in a hurry into the offensive court. Isaiah Rollins with a three-pointer.
He did a great job of passing the ball and moving and getting his feet set on that shot. Tennessee State got to communicate. Intensity's picked up over here on the bench for Southern. Need to see that transfer over to Tennessee State.
Jaguars up 31-28. And Duanway on the offensive goaltending that time as Cooper missed the driving layup.
Like to see him going to the basket right there, but a little short. Love the energy that Dunway brought.
We got to get a little quiz here.
Uh-oh.
Sean Woods made the shot before one of the most famous shots in college basketball history.
Yes, sir.
Every Kentucky fan, Sean Woods played for Kentucky. Every one of them turn over into sleep every night dreaming of Christian Laettner. The shot before that gave Kentucky the lead was made by Sean Woods.
Sean Woods, yep, and Christian Laettner broke everybody's spirit.
And going to the heart of the basket there, Christian Brown seemingly asserting himself more on the offensive glass. Turnover here. Tigers down by 1 with a basketball.
Here we go, 1:15 left to play, Greg. Need to get it going. Oh, the crowd was ready to go, and I was ready to go, Greg.
Had a good look, too, on that right wing, did Carlos Marshall.
Southern got to do a better job of taking care of the ball. Love the pressure that TSU is applying. Keep this up right here. Crowd's getting into it, Greg, to help. Now you want to stay square. Good contest, that's a tough shot.
Ewing, baseline jumper, knocks it down.
Good offense will be good defense any day of the week, Greg. That was good D. You can't do nothing about that.
You try to get a 2-for-1 possession here?
I most definitely want a 2-for-1. Going downhill. Finish. There you go.
Shaquem Johnson from Cooper.
That's instincts, getting used to playing with each other. Got to get a stop matchup coming back. Good job by Kenny Cooper on the offensive end.
About a 2-second differential from the game clock to the shot clock.
Yeah. No 3. Got a guy switching and look like he's going to have some little movement on the penetration. They ought to get. I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Collins trapped it. The ball's down.
Clock's going, 5-second clock. Rather count on by the referee. He got tired of waiting.
Yep.
7 on the shot. Add 2 for the game.
That's good D by Cooper. Got a challenge. Got to get a hand of good closeout. Great closeout.
Well, and there should be, and it is shot clock violation.
Boyd.
Yeah, he's at the Fitzgerald at the top.
Okay.
He's running baseline.
They did it for Christian Brown instead.
2 minutes to shoot. Opening possession, going right to left as we call it here. Along with Sammy Kincaid and Ron Slate, Greg Pogue.
Yeah, Greg, I like how Tennessee State's coming out right here. They went back to their box set to get it in inside and get a high-low presented inside where you can get. You got a matchup problem. You got to see can Sears play deep. Like he can definitely play off. Can he play?
Sean Wood, watch the high-low. Thank you, Coach.
That is. That is exactly what they're going through. Look, cross-screen action into the high-low.
Doing it to the right side. Marshall back out to Cooper. 7 seconds on the shot clock.
That was a good screen, Greg.
Textbook give and go that time off the screen. And the Tigers retake the lead, 34-33.
And that's what we didn't see in the first place. Sears, I'll tell you what. Sears likes to see Dupree under there. It's a little shorter than Duwanye is, so it presents a little bit of a problem.
And no weak side help again. They're really clearing out, and I guess the outlet pass they're fearing as much, but Sears got a green light down low.
Greg, you only get one dribble in the post. The second dribble, somebody got to come and dig it out. Sears is getting too many down low.
Dupree skip pass stolen by Southern University with the ball and the lead. We're a minute in here at the Gentry Center. Straight away, Sadler, and
got to take care of the ball. Now you come down right here. Don't play to their tempo. Remember, Sean Wood said they want to speed it up. Don't play to their tempo. Play in your tempo of the game.
Dupree has the ball deflected. Got 2-on-1 the other way. Nicholson back.
That's 2 turnovers coming out of the half, Greg. That's not what you want to see. You just said one of the keys to the game was taking care of the ball. That's not only for the first half, but for the second half as well.
The 5-point lead by Southern, the biggest for either team here this afternoon. 39-34.
That is a great screen. Oh, that's okay. Now, Greg, I'm gonna tell you that's a bad call, Greg. You ain't gonna hear me say that a lot. That's a bad call, Greg. Big man laid him down. I like screens like that. That ain't right.
Well, Penny Collins expressing his displeasure with it as well, but it counts as a turnover nonetheless. So 3 here in the first couple minutes by the Tigers.
And Kevin Mathis knows basketball. He's been around the game quite a bit. He knows that was a solid screen. Guy did not move, he just ran into him. And that's a bad foul now.
Marshall out on the perimeter. You know, fouls 30 feet away from the basket. What do they do for you?
Not a thing, but hurt you. Because you push them in the bonus a little quicker than it's supposed to be.
Side out of bounds play, and Penny Collins is going to ask for a timeout. He doesn't like the way. Back at Gentry Center, outside shot that time by Bird, no good. Tennessee State coming out of the timeout. Penny Collins does not like the way that first couple minutes of this half started. Inside Duwanye, up and in for the big fellow.
Nice, big guy.
Like the way he flashed to the basket, and you know, it's one thing to move, but also make yourself presentable. Not the way I dress, but the way you can square your shoulders, because you played around the basket.
Yeah.
You have to be able to, sort of square your body, if you will, for the entry pass to get to you a certain way.
Exactly. That's exactly what you want to do, Greg. You also want to be able to work angles. He was able to create an angle there, and the passer did a good job putting him in a position where he could score. Duwanye bringing a lot of energy. I wouldn't be surprised if he starts to be a starter, Greg.
6'10", redshirt sophomore out of Miami, Florida, transferred from Purdue. Has 4 off the bench. Down low Sears, they just clear out for him.
Better job digging that time, Greg.
Duwanye maintains, good deal down low, and gets the rebound himself.
There you go. Now get something good here.
Cooper pushing it.
Nice pass, Boyd.
Inside Brown. Had good position, but had it swatted away.
Block shot, but you will take that from Brown. That's what you want to see. More rebounding, especially on the offensive end, as much as athletic as he is.
Bird quickly into the front court with it. Southern got away with a cardinal sin, saving it toward the opposition's basket a moment ago.
Yep.
Ball on the ground.
Picking up. Intensity picking up, Greg. That's what you do.
Possession arrow, Southern University. Jaguars 39-36.
That's how you know that was a good timeout. And what Coach Collins said in that timeout was, guys, we got to pick up our intensity. Quit looking around and waiting on people to give you something. Go get it.
Southern led it 33-32 at halftime, now up by 3. 3 minutes plus in.
Good rebound.
Duwanye.
Duanye can do it, Greg. My phrase for him, that's what that's going to be. Get something good here.
Boyd along the baseline. Skip past Christian Brown.
Ball is on. Duanye's working. Good job, man, being able to answer the bell on the line. Keeping him in this ball game with his energy. 1 point game right now, Greg.
39-38, 16-15 to play. Both teams have been man-to-man the entire way. Coach Sean Woods of the Jags and Coach Penny Collins of the Tigers. Up in the air, nowhere to go. Good defense. Got the run
Here
out.
we go, 2-on-1. You got to come away with points right here, Greg. Charge.
2-on-1. Boyd forced the shot. Brown got the rebound in with the offensive foul. Empty possession, foul, and a turnover.
They've kind of pulled it a little bit together, taking the lead here in the second half.
Katsim Nicholson knocks down both free throws. Thank you, Sammy. 40-39, Tigers back up front.
The D
Inside.
stay down.
Traveling with the basketball. Like the way they collapsed down low.
Help side starting to be there, Greg. That's what you want to see. You heard Sammy right then talk about them being together. Being together means having each other's back. That's what they saw right there on the help side defense.
Token full court pressure. Marcus Fitzgerald. Marcus Fitzgerald only 2 points on the game today.
That's designed. That was a design play. Fake the screen, go back into a down screen for Boyd to get an open three, knocked it down.
But quickly into the front court, Southern University. And I tell you what, after made field goals, Southern University gets it and goes.
Yeah, and Tennessee State has to do a better job of knowing when the shot goes up. The other two guards got to sprint back. You cut that out if that happens. That was only the big guy that was defending the basket right there.
Kenny Cooper left all alone, 16 feet away. Knocks it down.
They're doing a really good job, Tennessee State is, of executing and hitting on screens. We saw that in the first half when the bigs got called for moving screens. They wasn't getting set. Now they're getting set and you're getting guys with open shots.
Tigers 45-41. That is their biggest lead. So each team, Southern U by 5 and Tigers by 4, their biggest leads. That shows you how close this has been from stem to stern.
And the defense is picking up. That's a tough shot right there. You got to live with that. By
Jaden Sadler.
There you go.
Pop and stop right there. 45-43, just over 14 minutes to play. Got a feeling this one's going to the wire.
Yep. Then we get the same execution right here. Not a good screen, yeah.
Yep.
Duanye, he can't put the leg out. You got to wait on him. Go put your chest on his shoulder blade. That's going to be a good screen.
Shaquem Johnson and Carlos Marshall back in. Of course, we mentioned it earlier. Shaquem Johnson seeing his first action of the year. Graduated, got the grades in. Walked the line.
Yeah.
Good for him. Shaquem Johnson led this team in rebounding, offensive rebounding, and field goal percentage. 2 seasons ago, led the OVC at 65% in field goal percentage.
Get the job done. They got to be aware. That was a good job. Sears put the ball down one too many times and was able to get that dug out. Now Johnson, there you go.
That's what he's going to do. He's going to get it, and he's going straight up with it. He doesn't pitter-patter around with it down low. He is a get it, go straight up with it.
There's no need to give anybody else an advantage when you already have one created. So that was a good job right there. Defensively, if I'm Coach Woods, I'm going to give the ball to Sears down low because Johnson hasn't done a great job. But what they did do right there, Tennessee State, they dug the ball out of the low post, got a steal, and were able to get down here and get an easy bucket. Well,
Kim Johnson, if there is a area of improvement, it needs to happen. But right now, he is 100% on the season from the free throw line.
I tell you what, Greg, it's not about what it looks like. You know, I don't care what I look like to people. Just, can I get the job done? That's what Johnson just did with that free throw right there. Little flick of the wrist. Greg, did you give me the right numbers on Johnson? That man 100%.
I think he's about a career 55% free throw shooter.
You're only good as your last mate, Greg.
Hey, he gets that degree, comes out, and just out of control, traveling with a basketball that time.
Tennessee State did a great job of presenting theirself right there in the help side, which made that hesitation what Southern was doing to them early. This is going to be interesting right here. Hersey handling the ball against the pressure from Southern.
Got that arm bar out a little bit.
Yeah.
Does Hersey Miller.
See, they keep applying pressure. Gotta be smart with it. Good job. Got him in the set. 15 seconds remaining on the clock. You need to get a good shot. That's a tough one right there, Greg. I don't know if I'm okay with that one as the way Marshall is playing right now. I think he could have got a better shot with that.
It just sort of the way the play developed, and I thought was left.
Yeah.
And three-pointer off the left wing by Terrell Williams. That pulls the Jaguars within a point at 47-46.
That's the thing. You take a so-so shot on one end.
Now sloppy basketball, turnover the other way.
Take care of the ball, Greg. That's
and 1-on-2. Drawing the foul that time was Terrell Williams off the turnover.
That's 4 turnovers coming into this half right now, Greg. Now what you got to realize is you got a new guy in Hurston Miller handling the ball. That was not necessarily his turnover, but I mean, gave it where he wasn't ready to handle it. So you kind of get credited for that turnover too. You know, like the hockey assist, get a hockey turnover also.
Terrell Williams, 6'6" redshirt sophomore out of Arlington, Texas. Makes the first. We're tied at 47 apiece.
Tie ball game, not taking care of the ball. Did a great job of Tennessee State did coming out of the half and taking good shots, executing on offense. And we got a little sloppy in these last minute or so, Greg. See that in the score also, with it being tied back up. Shot made by Southern on the free throw. Went 2 for 2 right there. Hurston Miller inbounds. He's going to bring it up. Got to be able to take care of the ball against this pressure. Different guys pressuring him. Can he get them in their set and execute, Greg?
2-point lead. And Miller pulls up, 15-footer straight away by number 15 that time. And he puts the Tigers back into the lead again.
Now, I'd much rather have that than a turnover, Greg. I'll take that all day. Good defense by Marshall. Hand up on shot. Got to box out Nicholson. He's a guy that knows how to rebound. Pushing the pace. Board down low. Behind the pack to Johnson. Go finish, big fella. Look at Nicholson. Watch your head, little man. Watch your head. Nicholson all over the boards, Greg.
Kasim Nicholson, 6'7", with the follow. Now the turnover. Tigers up by 3.
Push pace, get a good shot. Man down low. Here we go. Let's see what Johnson does.
Johnson spins, called for traveling. I don't know about that.
His right was his pivot, Greg. He spin baseline, used his left as his pivot. He would have been fine if he spent back middle. That was a tough.
The way they practice, and whenever that happens, he calls them out. The other coaches, they'll call out the players and say, no, this is not who we are. This is not what we're going to do. And you could see a huge difference in how they were reacting to each other just then.
Thank you, Sammy. Shaquem Johnson with the block.
Block party. Tell them bring cups to the party next time, Greg. Big fella run.
Marshall underneath. Puts it up and in. But Johnson, I know where you were going.
Yes.
Block on one end, set up low on the other.
You got to reward the big, man. That was a great job by him. Way to convert by Marshall. But, man, you got to drop that off to the big, man.
Tigers up by 5. Their biggest lead of the game at 53-48. Nice little floater that time by Brendan Brooks.
You know, handle pressure right here by Miller. If Tennessee State can get down there and execute, still got a 3-point lead. You're good where you are. They're making tough shots on Southern's end. Nicholson, he's always a mismatch, Greg. Outside and inside. Either a smaller guy inside just raise up and shoot over.
Good weak side help there, but Johnson Johnny on the spot. Johnson on the spot.
Yeah, there you go. See, a guy like him, he got instinct. He plays around the basket. So his man goes to double and block a shot, leaves him right there for the offensive rebound. Great job.
Team's leading offensive rebounder and overall rebounder last season, his first game of the season.
I got to stay down. Oh, he just blew that one. Missed layup.
Ewing shot a 2-footer, 1 foot. And turnover, sloppy play, and the run out on the other end. And the flush by Terrell Williams.
Got to give that ball up if you're Hurston. You're dribbling in the teeth of the defense, and you got guys running on the wing. If you pass that out, you'll be okay. Trust your teammates. That's what Coach Collins was just saying coming out of that timeout.
Halfway through the second half, Tigers by 3. Boyd, pull up, jumper by Dedrick Boyd. The team's leading scorer heating up a little bit. He's got 5. Transfer from Illinois State out of Brownsville, Tennessee.
Boyd is a tough cover, I'm telling you. Inside and outside. Knows his shots, knows how to get to his spots. we can get Tennessee State.
TSU's gone 2-3 zone this trip.
Yes. That cuts out a little bit of that penalty. That's a walk.
Got away with a walk there, and Johnson maintained the ground and grabbed the rebound. Hershey Miller in a hurry. Tigers up by 5.
Right here, I want to go back to Nicholson in the post right here, Greg. You got something good going. There you go. 5 just fouling Nicholson. Coach Woods didn't like that. This guy just taking a foul like that.
Sean Woods, his 12th season as a head coach. He spent 4 seasons at Mississippi Valley State. In the final year there, 11-12, was the coach of the year and won the SWAC, and then went on to Morehead State for 5 years. Now his 4th season at Southern University. Sean Woods, the University of Kentucky Wildcat product. You don't bleed much blue, do you?
Shot going up. This is good. Hey, it's a good shot by Marcus Fitzgerald.
Yeah, good look out of the inbounds play.
Yep.
Now you bleed Tiger blue.
Oh yeah, I bleed Big Blue Rising as Southern answers with another 3-pointer after one miss.
I tell you what, Brian Whitley though, he's been awful quiet today.
That's a block. Good call. Yes, he has. That's you attribute that to Tennessee State minding exactly what the scouting report says. Don't let Whitley get off. Challenge his shots. Discourage him from shooting.
Yeah, Whitley came into this game averaging 15 points a game. Transferred from Murray State.
Yeah. We did see this the first half out of Nicholson, but we are seeing the real Nicholson in the second half as far as being active, flashing to the basket, getting the ball on the block, finishing around the rim. That's what you want from him. Good energy. Didn't see that in the first half. Glad we're seeing that in the second half.
TSU now 21 out of 26 from the free throw line. Came into this game averaging only 61%, so a big upgrade there.
Johnson just gave some good minutes. He just got subbed out for Duwanier, but gave some really good minutes in that spurt right there. So expect Duwanier to, oh, look, this big, hey, man.
Well, the score should be 59-55. The score was 57-55, but before the 2 free throws. Now they got it adjusted.
There we go. Keep them on it, Greg. Don't you let them slack. We don't want no slackers in here.
59-55, Tigers with the lead.
Duwanier. Yeah.
But the mistake was made out on the perimeter, right, by letting Williams have that path, and
there you go.
Duwanier just slow to move and drew the block.
Nicholson tried to gamble. He took a lunge at the ball, created an open driving lane, which Duwanier wasn't ready for, came over a little late in the help. In that situation, Duwanier should have challenged him at the rim. I understand you're protecting the paint. In that situation, though, you got to go meet him at the rim on that one. You're already late.
Terrell Williams, 6 for 6 from the charity stripe thus far. Leads all scorers with 13 points. Make that 14. 7 for 7 from the free throw line.
Getting the ball, getting the job done.
Christian Brown and Jalen Dupree check back in for the Tigers for Duwanier and Marshall.
Yeah, that's tough, man. You hate for Duwanier to pick up 4 fouls, especially in that fashion. To give up 2 points and stop the clock, but we'll see what's going on here. See if Dupree can come in and pick up where Johnson and Duwanier left off. They set a great tone. Time for him to pick it up and take it on.
Tigers by 3 with the basketball, 8:30 to play. Fitzgerald, wild shot, got it.
That's better right there. You get Marcus Fitzgerald going downhill after the screen. Screen could have been set better, but he was able to get him on his hip, kept him there, probed in the lane, got the shot up when he felt the contact. You're rewarded to go to the lane and get an and one.
Foul on Whitley, his 3rd, team's 8th. And both teams are in the bonus. Marcus Fitzgerald came into this game, 57% free throw shooter, needs to get that in the 70-plus range.
Yeah, you got to be up there. If you're going to be especially a guy, a guard, handling the ball like that, you got to be able to knock it down. You got to trust you as a coach.
3-point play the traditional way. Marcus Fitzgerald with 5. And the lead by the Tigers at 6, their biggest, 62-56, with 8:15 to play.
At this point, the intensity and the crowd, everybody should pick up a little bit, emotionally get invested in this game, try to close this thing out.
One and done. Southern University had a good look with a 15-footer straight away. Couldn't knock it down. Was Ewing.
Nicholson cleared the board. Here we go, same play. Pick and roll, got to let the big get set. Good screen by the big fella. Oh, they missed him. He's wide open.
Nicholson all alone underneath to Dupree.
Reward the big fella. Now here we go. Yep, we're back. We're back. Tennessee State got the lead, 8-point lead right now. Southern moving the ball, three-pointer up, and it's good. Good execution coming out of the timeout for Southern. Tennessee State has the answer here.
Set play out of that timeout, up by 8. Now down by 5. Marcus Fitzgerald loses the handle, running it the other way. 3-on-1, Southern University got the charge down low, didn't get it.
Oh, they missed one. That cost them 3 points. That's a charge, Greg.
Kenny Cooper's got to be rewarded for taking that charge. But back-to-back threes out of the timeout and that 8-point lead, and now trapping the court. And all of a sudden,
he was out of bounds.
Southern on an 8-0 run out of that timeout.
Go the other way, Conley.
Three-pointer Lions, you got to find him. He shoots 57% on three-pointers coming into this game. Yeah.
You don't let a guy like that get a touch from out there. You run him, not to challenge the shot, to run him off the line, Greg.
Southern retakes the lead, 67-66.
That's a good
underneath
pass.
To Dupree, has it swatted out of bounds, and TSU will inbound it underneath its own basket as Shaquem Johnson checks back in. And Dupree to the bench. 67-66 with 6:12 to play.
Yeah.
That 8-0 run, the difference in this second half.
Need something good right here.
Brown with it, looking low. Going to take it, loses the handle. Nowhere to go now. The numbers on the other end. And laying it up and in is Terrell Williams. And a three-point lead for Southern University.
The turnovers are biting them in the butt right now, Greg. Now, what you got to realize is you cannot do that.
A 10-2 run, rather, inside Nicholson.
One more pass. There you go.
Christian Brown with the flush from the pass from Shaquem Johnson. Interior passing, huge right there.
Great.
But this thing is heated up. Three-pointer by Whitley.
Yeah, Greg. I mean, at some point, you got to know where Whitley and Lyons are.
Yeah, there's two studs.
Like, you got to know where those guys are.
72-68. Now a 12-4 run.
Ought to see a double coming right here on Nicholson in the face-up.
Nicholson, one-on-one, spins, floater, wild shot. Nothing happening that time. Long rebound. And Southern University running it up the other end. And putting it up and drawing the foul that time was Rollins. Tigers slow getting back on defense that time.
Yeah, and that's biting them in the butt, Greg. I'm going to tell you one thing. When Tennessee State starts to realize on this offensive end, if we share the ball and play basketball the right way, we'll get any shot we want. What they're doing right now, a lot of times taking it upon themselves to try to finish the game and get them back into it. Just trust each other. That's what Coach Collins was saying. Bring what you had to practice. Said it as a key, Greg. Bring it to the court.
Isaiah Rollins, just his third free throw of the year. He's now 1 for 3. Marshall and Boyd back into the lineup for Nicholson and Brown. 72-68, Southern University. After falling behind by 8, used an 8-0 run and has extended that lead to 5 as Rollins makes the second of the 2 free throws, 73-68, under 5 to play.
Well, Coach Sean Woods, you see the Rick Pitino in him coming out. He's making all his guys play hard, and if we all play hard together, they can't call every foul. They don't want to slow the game down, the officials that is. So that's exactly what you're getting right here. A little bit of that Kentucky rising out here.
Boyd with it, skip pass, Fitzgerald, down low to Johnson, goes straight up and over. No good, one and done of the Tigers.
Well, better shot than it has been in the past. Last couple of times have been a forced shot or the ball being turned over.
Southern pulling it out, spreading the floor a little bit.
Yeah. Communication needs to be high. The only one communicating is
traveling on the
Collins.
Perimeter there, Terrell Williams traveling with a basketball.
This game is still in striking distance, Greg. You know what I mean? You still got to move the ball, get the shots you want, take your time. That's all you got to do.
12 turnovers for Southern. TSU has committed 20 turnovers.
Greg, you let me know when you find out where you can win like that.
Well, that was one of our keys to take care of the basketball. I know it sounds so simple.
Yeah.
Under 4 to play. Tigers down by 5 with the basketball. Boyd looking, swings it out high. Fitzgerald now driving Cooper and puts it up underneath. It goes out of bounds. Penny Collins asking for a foul, doesn't get it. Timeout on the floor. 3:49 to play here at the Gentry Center. Marcus Fitzgerald hits one.
Let it rain.
From Bellevue.
Let it rain. Now here you want to be impactful. The last 4 minutes of this game, impactful shots, decisive shots, get stops on defense.
Southern has really set it up
Yeah.
and really spreading the court right now. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Driving with it, Bird up and under. No good, and coming down with it is Brown. Good defense at that time, 73-71. Tigers down by 2 with just over 3 to play.
I'm going high pick and roll with Marcus. There you go. Good slip right there. Johnson has some really good hands, man. I wouldn't have passed that. I would have let him come reset, but that was a great idea. Nicholson has to be sound defensively right here. They got the mismatch they want. I think they'll dribble it out, let the clock get down, come back to this matchup between Nicholson and number 3. Yes, sir. That'll get it done.
Yeah, Bird at 6'1" out
Yes.
front against the 6'7" Nicholson. That's exactly what they're going to do. Nicholson sticking right with him.
That's good D by Nicholson. Challenge on the 3.
And as the shot clock expires, Isaiah Rollins, 76-71. Southern with 2:25 to play. Big shot there.
There's nothing you can do about that. That was penetrate kick. He got a hand up on the shot. I mean, you live with it. You just come back down and get a play right here. That's all you do.
Boyd
Get an
driving
ounce, a
into
good
the
pass.
paint, and he is going to be pushed on the way there.
Good thing is, Greg, they're in the bonus.
So Dedrick Boyd will go to the free throw line.
Nicholson did a good job. A little bit of overhelp by Marcus Fitzgerald, but you want to, man, I'd rather have you helping than not helping at all. He was able to get a hand back up on the shot. Guy just made a tough shot right there. You take your hat off to him and go back down to the other end.
1-1 for Dedrick Boyd. Came into this game an 80% free throw shooter. Knocks that one down, pull the Tigers within 3.
Trying to do everything they can do, Southern, that is, take the air out of the ball and let the clock keep ticking.
Now I was ahead of myself within 3 with Mothra.
But you were right, though, Greg. You can be ahead
Eventually.
of yourself, but you were right. All right, like a fortune teller. What's in your crystal ball for this outcome right here, Greg? Good pressure.
What do we need, about 3 overtimes?
Let's do it, baby, coming up the holidays. Let's get some work done.
I need to work some of his turkey off. 2 minutes to play. Southern up 76-73 with a basketball.
You ought to see
7 seconds on the shot clock.
pick and roll coming. Yep, they want the switch.
3 seconds
You gotta
now.
be sound.
And Johnson on the foul on the baseline. Shaquem Johnson as Bird trying to get around him. And indeed, with 3 seconds to go,
They're going to play it like that Southern is every time coming down to the shot clock. Take the time off the clock. When it gets to about 8 seconds on the clock, get a pick and roll with either Nicholson in it or Johnson in it, guarding Bird. And Woods, trust Bird, get the job done. Right there, you saw it.
Bird, his first free throw attempt, he is a 63% free throw shooter.
Got to be sure to box out right here, Greg.
Shot no good.
There you
Johnson
go.
comes down with the rebound. Tigers with the basketball, down by 3 with 1:45 to play.
Take what they give you right here, Greg. I want high pick and roll again. Here we go. I don't want the slip. I don't like that slip. I want them to make contact on the screen.
Marshall spins into the paint, underneath, puts it up. Johnson missed the bunny, but drew the foul, got shoved underneath, and he'll go to the free throw line. The foul that time on Williams. Probably a pretty good foul because he sort of got him off of balance for that bunny shot.
Yeah.
And you put, well, I was going to say someone who's not the best of free throw shooters at the free throw line. I'll say it, he's not, because he made 2 a minute ago.
Because the man is 100%, Greg.
Yes, he
Be careful.
100% this season.
Yeah. Here we go first. There you go, Greg.
3 for 3.
The man's automatic, Greg. The man is automatic.
What I say? He can't shoot a lick. Is that what I need to say?
Yeah, there you
Is
go.
that what-
There you go, a little reverse psychology
Yeah.
in play right here.
Now, Shaquem Johnson, good to see him back out on the floor for the Tigers for the first time this season. Walked the graduation line here recently as he misses the second one.
You still take that, Greg. You okay with that? 3 for 4 on the day.
I got a little harsh with
Yeah.
it, I think. Under 90 seconds to play. Southern with the basketball and the 2-point lead.
You know what they're going for, Greg. They want Bird and pick and roll to create a mismatch so he can get that guy. That's
And
a great job. Ooh.
Fitzgerald with the hand check that time.
That is a great job. Defensively right there, he fought over the screen. If that's the case, then call it ticky-tack like that. I need you to call the moving screen. Hey, that's just me, though. Maybe I'm biased. Who says I'm biased?
Bird back at the free throw line. 76-74.
Bird missed the front end last time. You still got to box out on this one, Greg. Made that one.
Both teams are now in the double bonus the rest of the way. 77-74. P.J. Bird, 6'1" junior guard, transfer from Virginia Commonwealth, and also started out his career at Colorado State out of Houston. Makes them both.
Settle down a little bit more right there.
Two-possession game, 78-74.
Southern pulled the pressure off a little bit. Looked like they're going to pack it in. Got to make contact on screens if you're going to screen.
Fitzgerald drives, puts it up and in.
There you go. There you go.
Fitzgerald draws the foul on Bird, knocks it down, go to the free throw line to pull the Tigers within one.
And see, Greg, that's why I was saying the first two times when they came down, I like for the big to come and set the screen. That way you have Marcus and any other guard able to come off and he can reject the screen like he did right there, get it going downhill, and now you got an and one. The slip, you don't create that mismatch.
Fitzgerald. Now 4 for 4 from the charity stripe today.
All right, here we go, Greg. 1 point game. Mano y mano. What you got?
1 minute to play. Southern with the lead and the basketball, 78-77.
Settle in and lock in. I like to see the bench up off their feet. I want to see everybody on their feet contesting.
Well, and driving and laying it up and in that time. Bird with that quick first step, 3-point lead.
And somebody's supposed to be there on the outside to be able to help them. We saw that earlier. They went away from that. Here we go, ball screen, high ball screen again. Marshall's got to get out of there.
35 seconds to play. Marshall, top of the key to tie it. Does!
I know where Whitley and I know where Lyons are at all times. Do not leave them.
Bird walks it across the timeline.
Bird can only beat you with penetration, Greg. Keep that in mind.
Definitely going for the last shot, Coach Sean Woods.
Now he should go at about 8 unless Woods calls a timeout, but which he doesn't have.
Yeah, he's got 2 remaining.
He's got 2.
Got 2 remaining. Bird driving.
He can
gets
only
into
beat
the
you by
paint
the drive,
and reverse.
Greg.
And with no timeouts, down by 2, 4 seconds to go. Quickly in the front court, Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald has his shot blocked.